On Sunday, Governor Charlie Baker announced all K-12 schools, both public and private, would be closed through April 6th. Prior to that announcement, schools in the lower Pioneer Valley had already made a decision to shut down for 2 weeks. Carolee McGrath sat down with one of the superintendents, Todd Gazda from Ludlow, to learn more about how they're supporting students, families, and how districts are trying to prepare for the unknown.
This whole situation really started for us a couple weeks ago. You know, the first conversations began to revolve around foreign trips and foreign travel, and that was really the first element that we started having to deal with. And that was pretty much the first week in March where we were determining what we were going to do for foreign travel. And then that became a very small concern very quickly as that decision became easy and all foreign travel was suspended. But then it was a much more difficult decision to determine what were we going to do about our schools, because we recognized the implications are larger than education, just for the fact the impact that closing our schools would have on our families and community. And so we weren't getting a lot of good guidance from the state, and so we really were forced to come to conclusions on our own using the best information we had available to us.
And when the governor declared a state of emergency, that would have been on Wednesday. He did not shut schools down at that point. So you came out with your decision on that Friday, which was last Friday. And I think a lot of people were like, no. And then 2 days later, he shuts down schools and then for an extra week. Were you surprised by that?
I was not. And I don't think anybody was at that point. It was the state of emergency ended up putting a lot of pressure on superintendents because you know, it was declared to be a healthcare emergency, and yet schools were remaining open. And so we were kind of put in a position where we were having to make a decision community by community. And so really, rather than do that, we began to reach out not only to superintendents in our local communities, you know, surrounding us and surrounding Springfield, but across the state. And by the time Sunday night came around, most, if not all, school districts in the state of Massachusetts had canceled already for at least 1 to 2 weeks. And so the governor's statement on Sunday night really kind of extended that for the third week that we hadn't.
Okay, so as you were planning in early March, were you thinking at that point that you were going to have to go to remote learning for students, and how were you helping your teachers get prepared to prepare their students if they were going to be home for an extended period?
You know, this is really an unprecedented situation, and it was bigger than any of our plans. And so we were really kind of adjusting on the fly and trying to loop in our staffs to give them a heads up that, you know, there was this potential coming. And so it really was a matter of once we made that decision on Friday, Monday, beginning to get some resources, and it was actually Tuesday when our district got some resources out for parents to be utilizing with their children at home. And then really it's today and tomorrow that teachers will begin rolling out more targeted resources and activities for students to do that are tied to their content and their curriculum. And one of the things that teachers are also very conscious of and really working hard is to stay connected with their students. We're worried about that.
Right, and that's going to look different for different age levels. I know like Google Classroom is a big thing that everybody seems to use, but for the lower grades, I know some of the assignments that have been coming in, you know, they refer you to different websites. Maybe it's Khan Academy for math. How do you assess what kids are doing, and is it mandatory that they do the assignments that the teachers are sending out?
The Department of Education in Massachusetts has been very clear that what we supply for students for remote learning opportunities should not move the curriculum forward from when we left. And that's really due to equity issues between communities as well as between regular ed and special education students who can't access the curriculum in the same manner. And so what they have instructed us to do is to provide resources and activities so that their students are able to maintain a connection with learning. So these should be, you know, review type activities that for material already covered, and enrichment activities to take students deeper into materials that were covered prior to us shutting down. This will allow students to maintain a connection with learning so that they have a sense sense of academic readiness and can, pick up where we left off when we return.
So there's not like a summer slide, because that pretty much, I mean, you're in the middle of a very big season for school, and you have a lot of momentum when you're coming into March.
Yes.
So stopping this in the middle is a big deal for all of these students.
And so we are looking to help, combat that slide and to keep students ready to come back. And so it's gonna be a challenge. Nothing is mandatory. These are opportunities. Nothing is graded. And so teachers are working to create those engaging type lessons for students so that we can help them, continue learning and keep a contact with academics.
Now, students at the high school level, especially for those students who are in like an AP class, where a lot of that instruction and a lot of those assignments would be online anyway. They would be working, for example, AP history. You'd be working on a long-term paper. Are those still in place as assignments as far as getting graded, or are those teachers also told that they can't grade those assignments?
That's one of those gray areas that we're going to have to probably take a little closer look at. I actually got an email from a high school student saying, the assignments they already passed out to us, do we have to do those? And my response was, listen, if they gave you something to do prior to us leaving, you should expect to have to do that. Now, I would imagine there'd be extra time when they come back and things like that. But it's anything new after March 13th, which was the last day we were in school.
And I think the challenge especially would be for math, especially for those upper levels, Algebra 2, calculus. I mean, that would be really hard to advance. Now, some states have already called off the school year, and people are all looking around all across the country as what's next. If that's to happen, how do you deal with advancing kids to the next grade, or are these all of the questions that you're looking at? In addition to that, everybody talks about MCAS, right? I mean, are these all things just sort of up in the air at this point?
They are up in the air. We're only 4 days into this now, into this shutdown for our schools. And so what it looks like going forward is going to really depend on how this situation evolves. And so, we are obviously asking those questions and planning for contingencies, but some of these are going to be difficult. Where do we pick up? Next, say it is canceled for the rest of the year. How do we pick up and start in September? And so, that's a question that we will be working closely with our teachers to really help answer that question.
And I think the seniors that's another issue. I think so many people are so heartbroken for all of these seniors, who are disappointed. They're missing their banquets, their sports season, in some respects, and they're worried about graduation and prom.
We are going to do whatever we can to help those events go forward. They may look very different, but particularly with graduation, we're trying to come up with some alternate solutions that both maintain the idea of social distancing and yet have some type of ceremony for students. So we're not sure what that looks like at this point, but we're already trying to think of solutions should that come to pass.